What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. We in the Fight Club, and we got to talk Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz going down this weekend, August 5th. And as always, go down, like, and subscribe. Comment your picks on this fight. And these are your hosts. I'm Paul Pick'em Winham Concha with the Bud Light dressed in all black. And I'm joined with.
What's going on, boys? It's your man Marcus Primetime Penley, man. Shout out. Fucking Bud Light. Just had to get that out there.
It's your boy Jamari, aka Southpaws Runs Boxing. I'm a Spence fan, and it didn't go well for me. Who else I'm joined with?
God. Damn. It's your boy Kev, sad voice of boy. Kev, go get the straps, of boy. Kev, go. Damn, why they did your mans like that, so boy? Yeah, why they did my mans like that? That shit's crazy. But in all, I do have not newfound, because I feel like I always respected Terence Crawford. I just thought my mans had something to beat the code, beat the game type shit. But I'm here to put some respect on that boy Terence Crawford, man. And there will be no bud smoked on this podcast, on this episode. There will be no bud smoked. But
You was waiting for that one, huh? You was
waiting to see my mans get beat up. What?
No, I'm saying waiting to smoke Bud on the podcast.
I almost got a truckload, Marcus. If Spencer came, I would have pulled up with a truckload. I mean, everybody.
I believe it. I
would have pulled up with random motherfuckers. I'm like, hey, this is some dude I just saw across the street. He's smoking bud too. Everybody's smoking bud. But nah, kid, just damn. Who wants to go first?
Just to introduce, if no one knows and you lived under a rock this past weekend, the biggest fight of the decade went down where we saw Terence Crawford get the 9th round TKO over Errol Spence Jr. and honestly solidify himself as the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. We alluded to it before when we made the picks, like it's going to require something special this weekend for him, for any one of these fighters to become number one after what Anyway did, and that was special. But we witnessed greatness this weekend.
Nah, dead ass. That performance at as high as a scale as it was at, and for what and then the way that he performed, what he did, that has to be the best, most spectacular thing I personally ever seen in an anti-combat sports. Like the fact that you just went against the number 3 nigga in the world, 4 nigga in the world, number 2 in your weight class, Mr. 3 belts, the big fish himself, and you just reeled that boy in like he was a little bass.
A little fucking catfish. Nah, man, that shit was crazy, bro. But that was an all-time great performance by Crawford, bro. Hands down, bro. And honestly, I think Spence at first, like, I was like, okay, it's gonna play out exactly how I called it. It's probably Bud's gonna give up like 3-4 rounds after the first round. But then as soon as Crawford came out of the second round, I was like, damn, bro, Spence. I don't know, bro. Spence to me looked off, like all fight, like his balance, the way he was lunging a lot, leaving his chin open, like he was doing a lot of little mistakes that I wasn't really expecting from him for real. And I think Bud capitalized that. What I said on the pre-fight, Bud was gonna be throwing punches in between punches. And that's damn near exactly what he did, like to a T, bro. Like his counter punching was unbelievable. I'm gonna hold him best counter puncher in the game right now. Shit, man, that shit was crazy, bro. Like, I mean, I always had Bud winning, but like for him to go out like that, bro, that really blew my mind. Cause like I obviously thought it was gonna be a 50-50 fight going to the 12th round. I said Spence will get knocked down, but I didn't think he was gonna get knocked down 3-4 times, bitch. And then have the ref jump in. Like I was not expecting all of that, bro. Like that shit was really masterful, bro. Like, and then the way Bud was just moving in there, bro, was too crispy and clean, bro. Like, I'm gonna always go back and watch that fight, no cat, even when I'm going in the gym and I want to work on shit, bro. Like the way his footwork, just like his distance, the way he was able to keep his distance, like he was just at the right place, right time, every single move. Like it shit was just like effortless for him. Bro had no scratches, barely broke a sweat. It looked like That shit it blew my mind, man. That should have pound for pound king easily, bro. That shit crazy, bro.
Not
Crazy,
even
man.
just the counter punches, but the counter jab. Like the one thing that he knew he had to take away from Spence was the jab. So every time Spence threw a jab, he would counter with a jab right down the pipes with him. And he alluded to it. Like he took a good shot from Spence early on. He said like, that's all that shit was. Like, okay, he's not gonna be able to hold up to what I'm about to give him, and that's shown. Like that first punch, the first round knockout. No, it wasn't really a power punch. He was just like Mark said, he lunged into it. His off balance got hit with a simple
That timing.
Yeah, it's a perfect punch that just
Yeah.
puts him right back on his ass. And it is alluded to like the masterpiece fight that was. If you just take that first round alone, that alluded to the rest of the fight, where like one person was gonna have the perfect timing, was gonna be in his nose, like he was just so fundamentally sound that he wasn't making no mistakes, and the other guy was just trying to do too much to make up for the things he couldn't beat him in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch your boy.
Yeah, definitely Spence. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well. It was the second round when Spence got knocked down, and yeah, Spence he tried to he tried to do too much. He tried to come back and try to get a knockdown of his own, or try to press him too hard, which resulted in him leaving himself open to all those left straight rights. You know what I'm saying? And I honestly think that's easily performance of the year. And I think if he can do it again, he'd be undisputed fighter of the year. Or if you can get that Jermell Charlo fight, if he even gets that Jermell Charlo fight alone, that's one of the greatest fight runs in boxing history.
Facts.
And he already alluded to, not even alluded to it, he was asked about a potential Boots fight, and he said, at this point in time, I'm looking at bigger and better things. Undisputed Jermell Charlo. So
Yeah, he knows. Yeah,
yeah.
He knows who listens to Boots. He knows that. But I'm joking about that. But yeah, that's true. Well, actually, Jamel, he's been stripped, so technically Crawford wouldn't be undisputed at that weight class.
Oh yeah,
but he's still
got it.
But from the fans' point of view, if that fight were to happen next, that we can just say that's 3 times undisputed champion.
I would.
It's like that.
I would too.
Undisputed bullshit.
I mean, until Tim wins like a fight maybe, and they hand him the belt in there. But until then, bro, he's just like Devin Haney. He's an email champion now. I like Tim as a fighter though. Not trying to downplay him or anything, but technically he's an email champ right now.
All these email champs. Who is that other my guy Janovic's an email champ also.
Oh, Janovic.
Yeah, man. That boy's happy with that email notification.
That shit's crazy though. This is.
I mean,
bro, is that wait? My fault, Kev. Was that WBC?
Yes, it is.
Or was it?
One and only
oh my god! So how the wait? No, I'm tweaking. What's the other Charlo's belt?
Yeah, WBC came out and said we'll let the one Charlo who ain't fighting damn near 2 years keep his belt, but other Charlo who's daring to be great. Once you step, the moment he steps into the ring and fights Canelo that day, his belt will be handed over to Tim Tszyu.
Oh, that was the WBO belt.
It don't matter, bro.
Yeah. Regardless, all these organizations are corrupt. They're all corrupt. But yeah, the WBO said, "Oh, we're gonna make Tim Tim's not even gonna have a fight by the time Canelo and Charlo fight though." Just pointless.
That's bullshit.
He's just having a little party at the crib celebrating the belt.
Celebrating the belt like I handed to it.
I did it, fam.
A little get back.
I'm not a Crawford fan. But that's like history right there. Like 3 times undisputed. 2 undisputed champions back to back.
All right. Now I gotta ask y'all boys something, man, because this was the talk of the Twitter.
I know the question.
Yeah, buddy. It was the talk of the Twitter all motherfucking weekend, man. I'm gonna say 35-year-old Floyd Mayweather versus 35-year-old Bud Crawford at welterweight division. What y'all got?
You see
who would win?
Yeah, who would you win? But 35-year-old Floyd.
Floyd easily.
Okay. Kev?
I'm not in this. I just started getting my respect for Terence Crawford.
Remember what?
Don't make me put him up against my greatest, who I think is the greatest champ I've ever seen ever. And see, let me baby steps.
I'm gonna be a victim of the recent bias, man. I feel like even though I'm big Floyd, bro, but like I feel like Bud will be able to also think at a high level with Floyd, and it's just gonna end up in being a counter match. The thing it might happen, it'll probably go 12 rounds, and it'll probably go into decision on Floyd's side. But
So you
I
missed
don't know,
one.
man. That boy Bud different, bro. The way he moves in that bitch is different. But I just had to throw that out there.
I would have taken it back to the fight though. Like I realized where I had messed up before the fight even happened. Because usually you can peep people's energies. You feel me? I'm over here watching Errol Spence. He lit.
We didn't even talk about that.
He's happy. He's having a great motherfucking. He's smiling, living his best life. Happy. He found his fine dance partner. It looks like he's going to the wedding type shit. It looks like them boys gonna go to the prom type shit. You feel me? Crawford, on the other hand, chilling. Mike Tyson interview, chilling. Every bit interview, chilling. Motherfucking. The only time
the walkout.
We're not even gonna get there yet. That's the reason why he lost. I'm gonna say walkout was 80% it. But it was you never saw this man fired up or upset or even just slightly feel like he got tried until they was at the motherfucking press conference and you see motherfucking Spencer's whole team is edged up, fired up type shit. And then Crawford over here trying to be Mr. Peacemaker, and she's like, see, this is why black people can't never come together. Motherfucking, I've been through more shit than you. I'm more mature than you. Like he's trying to be the bigger guy. And I was like, God damn, this nigga's the bigger man too. And it was at the weigh-in when he came out to that Mr. Carter already turned the fuck up. This motherfucker at the weigh-in turned the fuck up, lit, doing his thing. I was like, fuck, who told him about Mr. Carter? Can't be good. And then Marcus, like you said, man, the fucking walkout. Niggas literally came up off of a Twitter DMs, like Twitter, not even Twitter DMs. Niggas was on the TL with it, like, yo, it'd be lit if Eminem came out doing me. M said, bro, you one of my favorite fighters. I'm about to be at the fight.
Apparently he pulled up for free.
Bro, a real legend to walk him out, bro. It wasn't
nobody's ever
done a rapper, some hot in the
look
rapper.
In Bud's eyes was like it looked like he was ready to fucking kill everybody in that arena, bro. He looked so locked in coming down that shit. I was like, nah, bro, there's no way. And with the fishnet over, bro, like, nah, that his outfit, put that shit in the Hall of Fame. Look at that. Put that in the Hall of Fame. That's a tough ass picture, bro.
That shit is hard. Look at him right there, looking like the biggest white boy ever.
Yeah, boy, it's sad, bro. Just like I showed you.
Nah, that was dead ass. But
just like I showed you.
Did y'all know who he was arguing with, or who he was at the press conference when they was like, "Man, you a bitch, now you a bitch." Fuck you. Like
I know
he wasn't related to Spence. He was he was like one of the he wasn't related to Spence at all.
No,
he was like,
so he was just talking shit.
He wasn't even with Spence. They were just rooting. Like
that's
just
funny.
a super Spence fanboy.
That's crazy.
He addressed it on Twitter.
I feel like Bud is one of those dudes that if you put him in that zone, you put him in that mode. Like even when I want to say, was it the Kell Brook fight where he got touched a little bit, he got wobbled, maybe dropped?
Yeah.
I can't fight.
He got dropped.
He
got dropped in the
No, Spence never got dropped, but he did get wobbled.
He got dropped by the Mean Machine. That's the person that dropped it.
And then he
you talking about Bud?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you talking about
Kell Brook was touching Bud up. Kell Brook was piecing Bud up in the early fight.
I thought we were talking about Spence. My fault.
Yeah, I'm talking about
Mean Machine dropped Spence, or dropped Bud, and I was there to see that bitch live.
And he came back and dropped him.
Boy, definitely got dropped. I think it was the next round.
But what if that's what it's like?
But either way, he got the TKO.
I feel like when Crawford is one of those dudes, when they get in that zone, they get in that mode. There's nothing but reckless and bad intention in everything he throws. And I feel like that's the energy he came into this bitch too focused. And when a too focused Terence Crawford is the most dangerous motherfucker on the planet.
Bro, that shit was just like that's like. You put on film, like you want to show a boxer, like just some film, bro, to study, bro. I'm putting on that fight, bro. No cap. That shit was a fucking beautiful little class. But man,
the timing, the punches, no dumb punches. He picked his punches perfectly. I have to admit, this man meaningful punches. Efficient, meaningful punches too, man. It was crazy.
I
And
was
like
Everybody
the
the
one
way
who
knew.
the way he
said,
was able
bro,
to keep.
first 3 rounds he's gonna get a knockdown.
Yeah, you did call that bitch. I knew it would be a knockdown, but I couldn't call that.
Spence was
That
gonna
was
come
awesome.
and try and be Mr. Big Bully and try to take the early rounds from him, and then he got caught looking stupid.
That shit was beautiful, man. I got another question for y'all too, though. What do y'all see the future of your boy Spence, man?
What
Y'all
they
don't
got?
want to hear what the fuck
Oh
I gotta
yeah,
say.
oh
They
yeah.
going
He
to a
gets it.
You
rematch.
don't want to hear what I gotta say.
He gets
They
it back
got to
in.
get
He
a
gets. He gets
rematch,
it.
and then he
He
got to
gets it
go
back
up.
in a rematch. Then he gets it back in blood in a rematch. Then we got to talk about the trilogy after when that happens next year.
What if he gets smoked in the rematch at 154, bro? Like, let's just say that
I'm
happens.
not gonna lie to you. I'm still rooting for my dog, but like after what we saw right there, it's really tough to sit down and be like, "Oh, he's gonna kill his ass." So like, I think he goes up, and then he just has to just go up and.
I see money fights.
But
I think he's gonna
Crawford,
take money fights.
that's the issue with just going up. Crawford said he's moving up too. So like,
try to do it. You gotta
I
do
don't
what you
think
gotta
they
do.
should rematch. No cap, bro. I'm gonna root for Spence all the way though, because that boy is a true champion. He a
they each
dog.
made about 25 million this fight, bro. There would be a fucking rematch. You could bet
Yeah, I guess,
$1.
but
Yeah, that was insane.
I'm saying from the perspective they shouldn't be a rematch at least, just because how dominant. Maybe if there was a little bit like more room, like Spence maybe won like the first 3 rounds or so, but or 4, like whatever. But that was just too clean of a sweep to really run it back, bro. And then
Yeah,
like all the y'all been seeing those reportings with the doctors saying about
Yeah.
Spence and
Bro,
saying all that.
go check the group chat all the way back in the boxing chat when we first talked this fight. I said in that Spence does look slower in interviews. Like his talking, he just seems
Bro,
like he has to think a little bit more before he talk. Like in between words is more of a hesitant. Like it doesn't sound like
I
someone's coherently speaking.
facts. I
And then
always know
the
he talked
doctor
like
broke
that,
it
but it's
down.
not
Like that car
facts.
accident left a lasting neural damage on him. Glassy eyes constantly. That's a very common thing of people that are under concussion or have brain damage. And his eyes post then super glassy all the time. And it's not like he's smoking weed or not red and low. Like they're just glassy.
Right.
And he just
That's why everyone was
everything
saying
else.
that. Oh, he looked high as fuck.
Right. I pray for his best. And I think if this was, I always think of like what if this fighter who did beat him wasn't around. Like I did that with Fulton when Inoue beat him. If Inoue wasn't around, Fulton would be undisputed in the weight class, would have gone on, did great things. If Terence Crawford didn't exist right now, this man would be undisputed at 147. We'd be talking about how he's a great welterweight of his lifetime, and now at 154, could he go double undisputed because he has the ability to do that much. So like that just puts into perspective how great Terence Crawford really is. If like there's another great welterweight alongside him that he just trashed basically with all
And
due
no cap
respect.
though. I hope Spence sits down with his team though. And I hope like if maybe hopefully that doctor is just like kind of just bullshitting, bro. Because if that is true, in that video he said one thing that I was like, damn. He said it could end up like when they let Ali fight a little too long. What is it, Parkinson's?
Parkinson's, yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, Parkinson's. And I was like, damn, bro. I'm like, cause he do sound slower, bro. He like his speech and it does allow a little bit slower, and I'm like. That's scary, bro. Especially in this game with boxing, bro. And like you going up in weight, like it could just get uglier. Who knows? But who knows? That could just be he just had a rough night, and it's not even that deep, and he's
Do
still
you all
good,
think
man. I hope
Ryan
for the best,
Garcia?
bro.
Did you hear the rumors Ryan Garcia and Anthony Joshua are ruining the camps over there?
Yes,
They're
I was
bringing
saying that
that loser mentality to the camp, bro.
I was saying that when
I
I
don't
first
know,
heard that
man. That's
shit.
not.
Yes,
That's
yes,
a
yes.
Bringing
He
all
let
of
the
them
losers get it.
crybaby ass tears with them from across the pond. Bringing all
all
Man,
the
them, all
losers
them,
there.
all them followers and hype people around, yes men around them,
And
huh?
them L's, they were bringing L's along with them, bro. They were packing the bags, bro. Don't.
That's
yeah.
funny as fuck. I didn't even think about
Charlo's
that,
next.
kid.
Charlo's next.
Charlotte finna whoop Canelo, man.
We'll get into that, but let's not open up that can of worms right now. We'll be here
Yeah.
for
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But
anyone
I
got it.
respect.
What's up, Kev? Go take it.
I said I respect, bro. I respect Bud to the fullest, and I also appreciate y'all boys for respecting Spence because Spence did have to put it out there to make this happen. Spence had to show himself like,
Hey
yo,
man, you gotta. I respect any person that walks in that square ring every single time. He's a true champion, man.
yeah, he's a true champ,
Mm-hmm.
and Bud's just him. 1.5 to be exact.
Oh yeah, best in the world.
Speaking of respect, anyone that gets into the squared circle and is him. We got the king himself, Jake Paul, taking on Nate Diaz, UFC MMA legend. Don't give a fuck. Stockton slap you and your mama.
Wait.
How's it going down? I mean, odds wise, Jake Paul minus 390, Nate Diaz plus 280. Pretty big odds. And everything, the odds are, and odds are showing for Jake Paul to KO him. That's what everything is leaning towards. This is what I think a 10-round fight, or is this an 8-round fight?
10 rounds. They added
10 rounds.
I mean, the build-up's been great. We saw the antics. They got into a fight before at the face-off, the final presser, and everything. And then also beforehand in the face-off with Ariel Wani, when they're just talking back and forth, Nate Paul just ups and leaves in the middle of everything. He says, "Fuck this." He's out. He said, "Where's the restroom? I'm just going to the restroom real quick." The next scene is him getting in the SUV, hauling it.
Put a Rick Ross on it.
Shit, crazy. That
crazy. Dick was like, I'm not annoyed at all. This was entertaining. This is funny.
They're showing the fight.
Kind of digging deep into it, talking about Nate Diaz is probably getting paid the most he's ever getting paid ever for a fight against a YouTuber.
He definitely is.
And when the YouTuber is talking about how much of a UFC legend you are for Dan, and then all of a sudden he doesn't even get that same respect from the UFC that this YouTuber is giving him right now. Like some people, I don't know. That's what the MMA, the Twitter therapists are in the comment section saying. I was like, damn, I didn't know it was this deep.
It seemed like it, but like Nate's just having his fun with it. Fred's over here smoking in the middle of the gym and shit. I don't know if it was before.
Yeah, it was tremendous game.
Nate's having the time of his life.
Yeah,
and he's getting a bag for it, and it's crazy because like it does look like Jake Paul might not grow out, but like we'll see if the cardio. Who has the best cardio? Can they go 10 rounds? Does he have the striking? But like, and I'm not even gonna get into the fact that Jake is still screaming that he wants to fight for 10 million. Offered him 10 million to fight in MMA too. So like, this is gonna be a very good weekend, and it's my motherfucking birthday, so niggas gonna be lit.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Kev! Everyone go down in the comments. Let's happy birthday.
Appreciate it, man. I got some good gifts this year. I got the UFC Nashville card, Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor. And if you know about One Piece Gear 5 coming out this weekend, it's a good ass weekend.
Spoiler alert.
Nothing but hands this weekend.
You got motherfuckers still in Alabasta. You got your ass
fuck them. Hey, fuck them. When I find out what the One Piece is, I'm telling you first.
Wait. What y'all know about One Piece?
Just chill. That's another can of worms we can't open right now.
Another can of worms.
Gotta keep that can shut, bro.
Keep them worms in there, huh?
Mark is over here looking sick, but don't worry. Just get to the 400s, homie.
I want to hear from our two boxing people right here, Gator and Marcus, since it is a boxing fight. I know Gator and y'all both have some extensive knowledge of the UFC. Y'all know who Nate Diaz is. I don't have to explain him to y'all. So, like, do y'all see any success out of Nate Diaz here? Or is Jake Paul's a massive favorite. Do y'all see him steamrolling him as the odds show? Or or Nate Diaz locked in to show, like, he's not over the hill yet, or however you want to say it?
No, I think Nate Diaz, he's going to go in there and have fun. He's going to taunt a little bit. He's going to try to, like, slap him through it. Jake Paul's going to box him serious. But I think Jake Paul is gonna beat on him really bad. He's gonna start bleeding. He won't get dropped though. Nate Diaz will not get dropped. The doctor is gonna have to step in.
Yeah, man. I think Nate is gonna go in there and try to put on a show. Like, I don't think he's gonna have his hands down. Like, he's gonna be on some he's just gonna be all over the place, bro. Like doing some crazy shit. Jake's gonna be in that bed locked in. He's gonna be trying to box his head off, but. I mean, Jake looks good. That boy looks like he's in the best shape. So, I mean, I hope to see, like, a little bit of something out of Jake. But I'm not really expecting, like a war or nothing. Like, I don't think it's going to be nothing like that. I think Jake's going to win, though. But I could see, like, maybe the ref jumping in and stopping it. But like he said, like Gator said, I don't see Nate going down.
Well, that's crazy because the odds is set at 7.5, and it's at minus odds for Jake Paul to get a KO. Like the odds are showing that.
I mean, I feel like that's because bro be getting beat up in UFC. Not beat up, but you know what I mean. Like bro be getting some
He bleeds a
fucking.
lot.
Like, he's always bleeding. He's like he be getting his hands like on him. So I mean, I can see why people are saying that, but like he's also a tough cat, and I don't know if Jake is gonna be able to really like get that clean punch to really like put him out cold, bro. I could see more like a flurry of punches, and then the ref just stops it type.
I think it's
Jake's
gonna
also looking for that redemption performance after losing to Tommy.
True.
He has that, you know what I'm saying? He has that little fire, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna go exactly like that. Nate's gonna come in trying to entertain. I think it's gonna be really similar to the Leon Edwards fight. I feel like there's gonna be a point in time where Nate gets Jake and makes him look a little wobbled or make him look a little crazy, just off of some random counter punch. And Nate says you're gonna talk his shit. Man, he's just gonna talk his shit like, yeah, I'll fucking do that. And then that's when Jake's gonna come back as partial. But like I do see this ending with I see this ending with
go ahead, my fault.
You know that Nate does have a nasty chin. He does have a nice ass chin. He's never been KO'd once in the UFC, and he's fought some hitters. So I don't know how this goes, but like I definitely do see this ending with a TKO at least.
Normally, I would say take the KO as a UFC fighter trying to go 10 rounds of boxing. They'll gas out in the second half of the fight. But Nate, the Diaz brothers are cardio kings, bro. They be doing triathlons and all this extra shit. Like rumor has it, like the reason why that prison, Guatemala Bay or where's that fucking prison where the like right where like the prison Alcatraz. It's on a fucking island and surrounded by sharks. The Diaz brothers be swimming from San Francisco Bay to Alcatraz to back. And they just got different. They be doing some different shit. So that's the one thing where I'm like, I don't see Nate Diaz. I mean, I've seen him fight Leon Edwards in a 5-round fight, only UFC fight ever that wasn't for a belt that went 5 rounds. And 5th round, he looked best in his 5th round. He caught Leon Edwards with a nice one and let him know, caught your ass, like little shit like that. So I expect this to go all 10 rounds. I'm surprised. Like that'd be my one bet of the day. Would just be like. For this fight, I think it was like sitting at like plus 250, plus 300, like fight to go to decision. And I see that going because Nate Diaz knows how to take a shot. Yes, there will be blood. There might be a lot of blood, but Nate Diaz will continue to survive. And maybe I could see Jake Paul dominating the first 6 rounds type shit. And in the last 3-4 rounds, Nate Diaz still got the cardio where we've seen Jake gas. We saw him gas against Tyron Woodley. We've seen him gas against Fury. So like, if he does weights and then finally picks his shots towards the second half, we can see a second half surge where maybe we're looking at Nate Diaz like, oh, he still got some life in him.
Yeah,
I think there's gonna be a lot of timeout from the ref, man. Them boys are probably gonna be talking shit and like pushing each other and shit. They're gonna get dirty.
You know what they be doing? This shit like this in boxing, like the little headlock shit. Whatever, like locks in a guillotine type shit. Like
it drops down or just starts choking his ass like little fucker. Little
the ref put his ass that part.
The ref says oh, he says no.
Yeah, he said
no. That's fight of the. If that happens, that's fight of the year for me. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
he gets barred from all boxing commissions for life.
He gets his fighting license taken forever. I'm cool with it.
He just retires like that.
Choke his ass. I'm a big. Oh, that would be crazy.
But nah, bro gets a bag for this one. On some random shit though, they were talking about why is Nick Diaz versus Logan Paul not a fight that people are trying to make?
Because Nick Diaz got a beer belly.
And Logan's huge.
Yeah,
Logan's
like
chasing the WWE Championship. That's why.
That's true. Yeah. He's on the WWE grind. Oh, I will. My question is, but there is that one boxing fight. I don't know who it was. Maybe y'all know because y'all been in it longer than me. Who the fuck was the guy who literally got up off the stool and just walked out? Like he was done fighting, like in the middle of round.
I forget his name.
Yeah, I could see.
I forgot his name. I know the story. What happened? But I forgot his name. I know the story.
I could see Nate Diaz getting pissed off enough if Jake Paul's grabbing a little too much. Maybe he feels like he's getting hit below the belt to me, and the ref's not doing nothing about it. And I can see Nate Diaz just saying, "You know what? Fuck this. We out, everybody." And is like up and like says fuck because he doesn't give a fuck about Jake Paul's promotion. He don't give a fuck. Like
he might lose the whole purse for that one.
Was it Charles Combo who did that?
I don't know, but that's another thing. It kind of, as we were talking to fight, how Nate Diaz don't give a fuck. I was like, that thought came to my head. I was like, what are the odds Nate Diaz just ups and leaves in the middle of the fight?
What do you else he throws a kick?
I hope he chokes him out before he leaves.
I agree. I co-sign that one.
Hey man, I want my dog Jake to chase his boxing career, but I would love to see his ass get choked out on live TV. That would be funny as fuck.
Nah, but what's next for Jake after this? Is this Jake? Because
bro,
The Tommy
I thought
rematch,
Anderson
man.
Silva was the biggest
Tommy
fighter.
I mean,
You
I don't
gotta
know
run
though,
back.
because Tommy's fighting KSI, and I don't really fuck
The
with
winner of that. The winner of that.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
it
maybe
should
the
be
winner of that.
low key. KSI versus Jake Paul. I'm not hyping it up, but I might sound dumb, but the number of pay-per-view buys that could do.
That's been
That's
building
two
up for years.
markets. Still get London.
That's been building
That's
up
a
since
real and they go to London doing in KSI's backyard,
Let's go
sell
do
out
more
the
than Spencer
Wembley
Crawford.
or the O2
been-
Arena.
Yeah,
They've been having
O2,
real
not
beef for
Wembley.
like.
Yeah, not Wembley. Hold on, let me chill.
Like they've been
Motherfucking
having real
100K
beef
for
for
some Jake
years,
Paul.
man.
Facts. Nah, that shit would do more pay-per-view buys than Spencer Crawford.
That's the
They
only
was been
avenue.
supposed to fight. They were supposed to fight in 2020 after KSI beat Logan Paul. Jake Paul wanted his revenge in 2020. Then COVID happened and stuff. Then KSI
It's bigger
stopped
now,
boxing.
though.
We need a YouTube
Yeah, but-
Boxer Super Series with the belt on the line.
Yeah, they
That
get
should
into it
be
every
nice.
once in a while.
I
But
say, if niggas is email champions, what's wrong with the YouTube champion? What's the difference?
What? Come
What's
on,
the
man. Stop playing with him.
What's the difference?
That's
bought-
Hey,
that's a
WB
quote right
hey,
there.
did
That's a
WBC
quote right there.
Oh, no, they gave that bitch to. Didn't the WBC make a
They were
belt for
making a
that?
belt for Jake Paul Tommy Fury fight, which was on the
Oh
line.
yeah, Tommy Fury
Because
got
Tommy
that
Fury
bitch.
won that bitch. He went home like a champion.
Man, I know he was salty. What's his name? WBC boy. Fuck.
Oh,
Fuck.
Risto Esparza or whatever.
Did he
probably
cry?
thought he wanted Jake to win.
Didn't Tommy Fury cry when they gave him the belt?
I think he probably was shedding some tears,
he
man.
said some real tears, bro.
He was either crying or he was like crazy hype.
He's
I can't
defending the YouTube belt, also coming up against KSI. So stay tuned. We gotta talk that one, bro. We got real gold on the line. Not this week, but that shit coming up in a few weeks.
remember. They both from London. Crazy. They're both from England. That's crazy.
All right. Well, we gotta take our official picks. Also, over under set at 7.5. I'll kick it off. I got the over. He's going over 7.5. I see it going to decision, and I got Jake Paul to win a decision, and it's I think sitting at like +4. What is it? Jake Paul win decision +350. I think give me them plus money odds on that one. Who wants to take the over under 7.5 and pick next?
I'm going over 10 rounds. Thing. I'm going Jake Paul 9th round TKO. Doctor stoppage. Nate Diaz gets cut too much around the eye. He gets too bloodied up.
All right.
Good. That's good pay. I could see his ass getting too beat up in the rep. They just end up calling it. I see that for real. No cap. I'm gonna go late round stoppage. Yeah, I'm going late round. I can see the ref jumping in. What is it? I say between 7 and 10. He's gonna be a late round.
So we got two
Jake,
late
for
stoppages. I got Jake going to decision. Unanimous Jake pick so far. Kev, are you gonna be the one to ride for Stockton?
You know I rock with Stockton. I got my dog Nate, the great.
Yes, sir.
off of nothing but hope and faith. This nigga left.
But you couldn't stand that shit, bro. You can talk all the shit you want on Terence Crawford, but you start picking against fucking Jake Paul, that's where the line is drawn. That's where he draws the line. Oh. But Kev, should you pick Nate Diaz, bro? I mean, I guess it's only right you're allowed to smoke a little butt on this podcast, bro. We allow it. The ban has been uplifted.
Don't mind if I do.
All right, but Kev, do you have it going decision? Do you see Nate Diaz KO submission maybe?
I'm thinking Nate Diaz because they jump Jake. Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz by numbers.
All right.
Imagine this man sneaking in a win somehow.
I'm telling you, I just feel that I hope he does sneak a win, and then Jake Paul's really like kind of in a really stick 0-2 in his last couple of fights. He'll be on like the Tony Ferguson type fall. But
I'm
Facts.
I'm loving that one by the way. But yeah,
yeah, like
what would even mean that?
but I don't know, but I think we all are hoping for a Nate Diaz win, but I just have a feeling in my bones, but we could see something spicy after this fight, like some off the like in the ring melee type shit. Because Nate Diaz is, especially after the altercation. Who knows? The security guard that got some stitches is Nate's homeboy. Now they really going in that bitch with a little bit extra blood. Like, oh, we could have, football teams, y'all going in there talking all that shit. High school football team, right? You talking shit to the team across the way, all that shit. Oh, y'all go out there and get beat 42-7. Now y'all trying to fade because you're gonna beat them on the fields, and now we're gonna get it any way we can get it.
Now the emotions taking over.
So if it doesn't go the way that they wanted to go in the ring, bro, afterwards, bro, it could go any type of way.
Damn, this shit could turn into like a brawl, man. Like
I'm gonna be
everyone
tuned,
jumps in
bro.
the
I'm gonna be
ring.
waiting, scooting, listening.
I'm like, what? I'm gonna be edging my seat, eating my popcorn. I'm be like, man, I hope everyone jumps in the ring and just start fading, Royal Rumble type shit.
But he over the rope. He out. Get him out of here.
The ref gets tossed
you
up.
think it'll be like the Khabib one? You think it'll be like the Khabib McGregor brawl and like one of Nate's teammates jumps at one of Jake Paul's teammates and socks him in the face and they start.
There's gonna be an iconic image from like the aerial view, like those aerial icon images, bro. You'll see Nate Diaz with Jake Paul in a guillotine like this, and on the other side of him touching legs, you'll see Nick Diaz with Logan Paul in a guillotine like this. And it's just gonna be the brother, the Diaz brothers got the winning today.
I'm telling you, Nate by numbers.
Nate by numbers, or whatever betting book you can find that has those odds, go smash them. All right, y'all. Another good episode. We got to recap the Terence Crawford's greatness that we saw over the weekend over Errol Spence, and we'll see what happens with both of them because they both got aspirations at 154. Maybe a rematch. Maybe Charlo Bud. Who knows? Maybe Charlo fights Bud and Tim Tszyu fights Spence. Who knows? It could be a good one. Then we got Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz. Everyone's really riding for Stockton's own, but a few of us made actual picks on Jake Paul. And as always, this has been Totally Blitz Podcast. This is Paul Pickle Wyndham Contra. I'm joined with Marcus Primetime Penley, JB Gator Boy, Southpaws One Boxing, Jamari, and that boy Kev, Street Fight Enthusiast Savoy. And if y'all didn't know, well now y'all know, motherfuckers.